Hello again. This is Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with your This Week in Kingston episode for the week ending April 16th. Continues to be a very busy time in Kingston with a lot of things going on. Town meeting right around the corner, and even before that, town elections. So, just to make people aware of some important dates in Kingston right now, on Saturday, 24th of April, we will be having our local elections for boards of selectmen, school committee, tax collector, things of that nature. Urge everybody to come down and vote when you can. It's going to be at the Kingston Elementary School, which is located at 150 Main Street. If you aren't aware of that, urge you to come down and vote, cast your ballot for those positions that are up for reelection this year. A lot of uncontested races, unfortunately, but there are some contested races, and appreciate everybody who's been willing to step up and sign up to be on the ballot to hold public office of some kind. Volunteers and elected officials are what makes this community, like many other communities, operate so efficiently. So thank you very much, and please try to get out and vote. Next Wednesday, the 21st of April, there'll be a special Board of Selectmen meeting where the board will be discussing a number of items, including consideration of ratifying the police patrolman contract, the Kingston employee contract that represents the clerical and public works unions in town. We'll also be discussing compensation adjustments for non-union employees for fiscal 21 and 22. And as importantly, we're going to be dealing with where the town meeting this spring will be held. We've got two options again this year, like we had last year: the intermediate school and the Kingston Collection Mall. My sense is that the Kingston Collection Mall is probably going to be a better location for us this year. It allows us to spread out a bit more. We'll use the exact same location that was used last fall, the old go-kart track. We can get upwards of 150 to potentially 200 chairs in there, 6 feet apart and socially distanced. We'll have everything set up to make sure that there's as little risk as possible. Hand sanitation centers and stations, microphones will be wiped down every time somebody speaks, things of that nature. So the board will make a final decision on Wednesday night between the mall and the intermediate school, but so we'll see where that's going to be held. And once we know that, we'll start publicizing that. And again, if people can pencil in May 22nd on their calendar for the annual town meeting starting at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. We need people to attend. There's going to be a lot of important issues on this ballot, on the warrant, excuse me, and it'll be important for people to come in and weigh in on what's important to them and how they think they should be voting moving forward on each of the variety of articles. The moderator and I will be taping a TV show around the 1st of May once the warrant is finalized, and broadcasting that through PAC TV at a number of different times and days during the week. So people will have an opportunity to have a little bit of understanding, if they want one, on what's on the warrant and the purpose that they're on the warrant. We're hoping that the interested parties find that show interesting and help them digest some of the things that are on the warrant itself. So when you go to town meeting on May 22nd, you have a better sense of what's happening itself. As I mentioned, town meeting is on the 22nd, and we'll know better shortly about where that location is going to be. The other big issue this week, unfortunately, has been some water problems with our municipal water system. A lot of people in areas of town have had discolored water for a number of reasons. And at last night's finance committee meeting, the water superintendent explained briefly what's been occurring and why this is happening. First and foremost, on behalf of the town of Kingston, I want to apologize for anybody who's had an issue with their water. I know the water department tries very, very hard to make sure that the water that everybody receives from the town is pristine, and unfortunately this week we've had times where it hasn't been. It started last Sunday. We had a malfunction in the technology between the well system and the water tanks themselves. Typically, when a tank gets to a certain level, the pumps will kick on and refill the tank. Unfortunately, that didn't happen this week, and the tanks almost went dry before it was found. That caused changes in the pressure in the water system throughout town, which ultimately causes some of the discoloration of the water. So we apologize for that. And then later this week, we had a water main break, which again changes some of the pressure in the water system, which ultimately causes some of the discoloration. The water department is working very, very hard to try to get these situations addressed. One of the water tanks that has been offline for a while will be going back online in about a month or so. That will help stabilize things as well. So that should help modify things. The water department will be doing some flushing shortly after the tank is back online. That will cause a little bit of discoloration, but you will be notified where in Kingston those hydrant flushings are occurring, and that your water will be discolored for a short period of time. As the superintendent of the water department mentioned last night, if you have discoloration, let your water run in your kitchen sink for about 10 minutes. If in 10 minutes the water hasn't cleared, shut your water off and call the water department and make them aware that you're having a problem. They will send somebody out to the area to find out exactly what's happening and why, and try to resolve that problem for you as quickly as they can. So again, apologize for the water discoloration. The water department is doing the best they can to make sure that the water is as pristine as possible for everybody's consumption. So with that, moving forward, we've got a very busy week next week. We've got a Board of Selectmen meeting on Wednesday evening, excuse me, to discuss the budget, some union contracts, compensation for non-union people, where the location of town meeting is going to be, things of that nature. And then the Finance Committee meeting has been rescheduled from Tuesday evening to Thursday evening. The Finance Committee will be wrapping up their budget review and making some final recommendations on what to bring forward at town meeting. So try to stay tuned to these issues, and next week on this show, I'll try to provide a summary of what the Board of Selectmen and Finance Committee have decided, and try to get you prepared as much as we can for elections and town meeting. So with that, I want to thank you very, very much for watching. My name is Keith Hickey, Kingston's Town Administrator. Have a great day.